This is Spellbinder with a special report from what I've heard just in the last few days from Canada. December 13th is when this article came out. They have passed C-36, the most draconian law known to mankind besides S-510 and McCain's bill that he has pressing in the Senate, S-3002, which will remove vitamins under Codex Alimentarius from our shelves. And if nothing else, start putting them in pharmaceutical control. So like Germany, a bottle of vitamin D will cost you for 100 tablets $200. Do you want this in America? Americans, Canadians, do you still want them to do that? This is part of all of these bills, is to take away our nutritional supplements, take away our health, and make us dependent on these doctors and of the pharmaceutical companies in particular. They are the ones that are pushing this, is the pharmaceuticals. These corporations that control health and want you sick so they can make a profit off of you are disgusting, if not evil, to the eye of mankind and of God. This is disgusting. I will not put up with this. I will fight Senate Bill 3002 to the core. I will hope that Canadians will fight C-36 and stop the oncoming bill to take away your vitamins under Codex Alimentarius, a UN draconian bill made by a bunch of people that have no clue of what life is all about. Do they not know the earth isn't overpopulated? Have they been brainwashed? Are they under some type of mind control to believe this garbage that they're being told? I fear for the world and the people thereof. These people have no idea who the real criminals are. They're not the people. It's the corporations, these greedy corporations, the world banks that are destroying the world and taking it over to control and dominate us. We must stand firm and stand up. This is an article from Canada. It's a plea to the police officers, and it should be heeded by them, that your Canadian police better heed this. The people will not put up with this, and neither will the people in America when it comes down to push and shove. This is it. An open letter to the police. Bring the children home blog. An open letter to the police. This evening, December 13, 2010, a piece of draconian legislation was passed into law by the Canadian Senate. I refer to Bill C-36, which is just one piece in a wider global plan called Codex Alimentarius. The bill controls consumer products and is widely understood to be in the precursor for another bill that will give Health Canada the power to take some 75% of natural health products off the shelves. At least as important as this is the part of the bill that removes the law of trespass. Until tonight, police officers needed a warrant to enter private property in Canada. No longer. Under the new law, police can enter and seize private property at any time for any reason, even if the person in question is not suspected of any crime. We have to look at this with wide lens. The same policies regarding consumer products, natural health products, organic farming are coming into a dizzying speed around the world. At the same time, legislation is passing that gives police unprecedented powers to oppress the people in total disregard to human rights and the Constitution in any nation. Things are only going to get worse for a few years yet as the economy continues its downward trend, and it will because it is planned that way. Millions of people will take to the streets and protest, as we are already seeing all over Europe. Millions more will peacefully start refusing to cooperate with the governments that, more obviously, every day do not represent the people. In conversation with one of the senators who voted the bill into law, I warned him the Canadians will not cooperate with it. His answer, the police will have to deal with that. In other words, big business and the government that represent it is counting on the police to do their dirty work, to become the dogs, to do unlawful things. It is time for the police to make a decision. When the order comes to use of guns, tasers, water cannons, and so on against innocent people, what are you going to do? When are you going to enter and search the home of political dissidents? Will you obey? Or will you remember the oath you swore, which says, I will, to the best of my power, cause the peace to be kept and prevent all officers against the persons and properties of Her Majesty's subjects? Make no mistake, these orders will come. We are in a situation similar to Nazi Germany in the 1930s. Only this time it is on a worldwide level, and there are more people awakening and refusing to cooperate. The excuse, I was just following orders, was not enough in the Nuremberg trials. It will not be enough in this time either. This is the time to have enough courage to follow your conscience, not your orders. Do you want your children to live in a police state, knowing they have no privacy even in their own homes? It is time to put the truncheons and the tasers down and refuse to follow orders to harm your neighbors. This is the line drawn in the sand. Then there is this article in America with McCain's new bill that he's trying to pass through the Senate. It's called S-3002, the removal of natural supplements from our markets, because somehow he's been told they are dangerous. They are not dangerous. People have been taking them for years, if not hundreds of years. This is something the pharmaceutical companies want. They want to take away our freedoms of health. They want us to be reliant, if not indebted to them for our treatment for illnesses. This is not right either. This is the bill. This is an article from Nutrition World. And it says, alert, stop McCain's proposed anti-vitamin law. I am writing this letter as a plea to anyone concerned with their health freedoms in this country. I have been personally passionate about nutrition for over 40 years and in the business of nutrition for over 30 years. I have witnessed a time before 1994 when the government would and could come into a nutrition stores, and if there was one single brochure sitting with any close proximity to a nutrition product, fines could be levied that would close any normal store. Before a law was passed in 1994 that protected nutrition rights, nutrition stores were subject to complete whims of any government agent who wanted to make a case in nutrition stores over everything from books, signs, products, labels, or anything that was said that educated a consumer on a vitamin. These days, the overregulations are about to return if a bill introduced by John McCain called Dietary Supplement Safety Act S-3002 is passed. This bill would give the government near dictatorial control over the manufacturer and availability of supplements, allow its own discretion to remove legitimate nutritional supplements from the market, and impose drug testing standards on supplements. This would create a situation that would force the closure of many leading manufacturers of vitamins, which in turn would also limit your choice of products that so many have come to rely on in the maintenance of their health. On the surface, this bill appears reasonable. However, the true intentions of this bill are far from sound. Dr. Gonzalez, M.D., in a letter written in February 16, 2010, said, this proposed bill appeared to play into the FDA's long-standing bias against the supplement industry at large, which is a date under a DSHEA bill, has had some protection from capricious regulatory harassment. Based on years of study, I believe the FDA's antagonism against ethically manufactured supplements stems from its close working relationship with the drug company giants like the Food and Drug Administration. The drug industry has sought for years to have supplements removed from over-the-counter market and transformed into prescription drugs at enormously inflated prices. Those not familiar with the nutrition industry continue to repeat the mantra, the vitamin industry is unregulated, which is simply untrue. The DSHEA bill gives full authority to the FDA to remove and regulate any supplement that is dangerous to the public. The major problem is that the FDA is not enforcing the DSHEA law, and this makes it appear that we need changes in the law to protect the public. This is viewed as total nonsense by anyone who knows the law. The nutrition industry now has regulated in place where advised reactions must be reported to the FDA. Even with this new information, the nutrition industry reports of death are non-existent, and we continue to have an exemplary track record of safety. Also now in effect is the Good Manufacturing Practice Law, which requires full inspection of nutrition manufacturers by the Food and Drug Administration, also known as the Food and Drug Administration. This further ensures safety to the public if it is properly enforced. Many also believe that the secondary reason for this bill is that it will allow the pharmaceutical industry to take nutrients that are now sold over the counter and turn them into prescription items. One example of this is the prescription omega-3 product that is now offered at pharmacies, and it costs 7 times the amount that we charge for nearly an identical product. Just imagine the incentive for the pharmaceutical industry to have a law that would give the FDA the ability to ban non-prescription omega-3, and this would be just the beginning. If you feel that way, and I do, millions of others in this country, and would like to have your voice heard, ask you to take 2 minutes and do the following easy steps. Go here and stop them. This will take you to a page where all you need to do is enter your basic name, address, etc., and push the send button, and will direct your opposition to this bill. For those who want to make a stronger impact, you can print the same letter and it will tell you where to mail it. I was told by lobbyists that one mailed letter is equal to 100 emails in Washington. I want to thank you all for your 30 years plus support, and I must say that if you or a loved one has ever found benefit in any way by stores such as Nutrition World, please take action, because this bill passes, the future of stores such as mine will be dismal. Recently, word was received that McCain had received such an overwhelming flood of email, letters, and calls in regard to this bill, and that prompted him to say that he was going to pull this bill. At first we were overjoyed. However, the days have passed and I am starting to have concern again. Now he is stating that he will change the bill instead of removing it. I don't feel good about that option. Ed Jones. This, my friends, is what they're trying to do to us. They're going to take away your nutrition. They're going to take away your health and make you sick. They're going to hope that many die. It's part of Agenda 21. It's part of what they believe that the world is overpopulated. In an earlier video, I expressed and explained that you can fit everyone comfortably in the United States, in the world, and still have at least 5 acres, a garden, and a house. But they're not doing this. No, they want to control it because the elitists want to take this world back for themselves. They want to own the property and cut the population so they are in control and they can rule over the ones who are left. This is all I have to say for now. This is Spellbinder with this breaking news and update on what has happened so far to our countries around the world, and what they plan to do is control and dominate the human race. Until next time, good day.